What's Cooking? I'm your host and creative director, Frank Scotti. Well, here at Recipe Food and Beverage Marketing, one of the things that we look at when we get a packaging design in-house is look at the sustainability of the packaging itself. So I want to talk about that for a second. We have basically three components that we try and judge the sustainability on. The first component is its renewability. Is it created from a renewable resource? The second is it environmentally friendly? Environmentally friendly has basically three parts, is the harvesting of the raw material, the manufacturing of the product, and the disposal, the end of life. Currently there's three places a product packaging can end up. It can end up in a landfill, it can be recycled, or it can be composted. The third component of sustainability is the financial feasibility. It has to be cost effective to produce and to sell. Now, these are the things that we look for. The things that our client is looking for is consistent availability, durability, functionality, and the cost. So we merge those together. We get a pretty good guide of what we need to do if we're able to achieve sustainability in the packaging. Here's a funny example, is glass. We see glass a lot on the shelf still. It's a renewable resource. It's environmentally friendly, it can be recycled almost indefinitely, but it's becoming less and less financially feasible to ship heavy glass across the country because of fuel and transportation costs. So what are we seeing? A gazillion of these. We're seeing actually, in fact, 5.2 billion plastic containers made out of PET plastic that were available for recycling in the United States in 2009. It's not a renewable resource. It's not environmentally friendly, although it's recyclable. Unfortunately, only about 23% of the available product for recycling made it to a recycling facility. That means almost 3 billion pounds of this stuff went to landfills. In a landfill, a PET plastic container such as this one takes anywhere from 425 years to never to fully biodegrade. So what's our alternative? Well, a well-known company, Sun Chips, has come up with a fully 100% compostable chips bag. Most of these end up in the trash in the landfill. 100% compostable means it's going to break down to its basic elements in 12 to 16 weeks. In this case, this is probably made from a corn-based polymer or sugar beets, and I think they can also be made from potatoes. The only argument about this was that it was a little bit noisy when it first came out, but I'm going back and looking at my criteria components of sustainability, and quiet isn't on the list, so I'm not too worried about that. I don't think consumers are. Well, recently in-house we had a client come to us, Bloom, which is a grower of microgreens, and they were currently using these polystyrene deli-style clamshell containers. Now they're 100% food safe, but they are petroleum petrochemical based. So they're not environmentally friendly. They're easy to get and they're very inexpensive, but they're gonna sit in a landfill or be recycled. Well, probably 73% of them are gonna sit in a landfill. So we did a little bit of research, a lot of research in fact, and we sourced a material very similar to what Sun Chips was using for the clamshell style container. This is a PLA plastic. It's a polylactic acid, which is a plant-based polymer from corn. It's 100% compostable. It'll take the same amount of time, 12 to 16 weeks, to biodegrade into compost in a commercial compost facility. It's just as clear, it's just as durable as the petroleum-based plastic. Now, it may be slightly more expensive. I believe these are about 1 or 2 cents more than the alternative, but that's well worth the investment for Bloom Microgreens. Again, as it was for Sun Chips, because it's part of the mission, is a healthier you, a healthier planet. The last trend that we're seeing in sustainability is pretty much the easiest trend. Is something that we can adapt and put into works right now, and that's called lightweighting. Let's take the example of cereal. Cereal is currently put into a bag and then put into a box. We're seeing simply if the box is removed and the bag can stand on its own and be printed on in a stand-up pouch, we're effectively reducing 50% of the packaging right from the start. So that's a good move. So we're going to keep our eyes open for new innovations as they come to market and they become available, and share them with you right here on What's Cooking. I'm your host and creative director, Frank Scotti. Thanks for watching. Ciao.